Hey guys, it's Jody with the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast, and we're here for another night. Got a full cast tonight. This is kind of cool. I kind of dig it. But hey, before we get started with anything, I want to wish Mal Senior a very happy birthday. I know that it's a heavenly birthday, but either way, happy birthday to Mal's father. He prefers to drink rare breed for his father, and you know what? That's a good pour. I like it, so I'm down with it.
We're all doing it.
Well,
thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Anyway, guys, welcome everybody to the show. Jeff, long time no see. I mean, it's been like forever in a day.
Yeah.
How you been?
I had a huge, long project out of town.
Okay, well, enough of you. All right, so moving on to the rest of you guys. I just wanted the tip, damn it. Anyhow, rest of you guys. So what I was looking at tonight's topic and I was thinking, what would be a cool thing for us to discuss? And there's two of them. One is it's fall. It's starting to get fall. Actually, it is fall or autumn. I'm sorry. It's autumn in the English aspect. It's autumn or fall. And for our British friends, our one British friend. But anyhow,
since 1776, it's been called fall.
Anyhow, So I was thinking, what do we have? What do we like to have on a fall evening or moving into winter? Do you make a lot of mixed cocktails, during that time? Do anything with cinnamon in it, for example, or ciders? What is it you guys prefer in the fall? I'll start us off. I like the midwinter night dram. I think that's a good fall drink. Definitely with an open fire going, has a lot of different complexities within it, a lot of different notes that you can taste. And it's not something that for me anyhow, that I can sit back and just, have 3 or 4 drinks of it. I should say 3 or 4 glasses. It's one of those things it's just comfortable. It's a comfortable drink to have. Do you guys have anything that feels like fall? Like, do you guys have anything that you guys just love, can't wait to use during this time?
Well, here in Miami, we don't have changing of the seasons too much. It's either
excluded
rain,
you and Mark,
hot or cold. And the cold is like, our winters is like maybe 3 to 4 days long. And don't laugh, but our ideal of winter is like, 55 degrees. And, that's our winter.
Your idea of winter is British summertime, basically.
It's 53 here in Colorado right now.
You probably get more of it, to be honest with you.
So what we celebrate is the humidity not being so wet and sticky. That's what we mainly celebrate. So if anything, it prompts you to drink more outside, have a good cigar and not feel like you need a shower afterwards.
But we do encourage showers.
Yes.
For the funky people.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
Yes. So if anything, it just gives you the ability to enjoy the outdoors more. As far as it changing, last night I had cruising rum and pineapple, which was really good, really refreshing. And it just went down well. It was a nice little change of pace.
Nice.
So for us, that's how we get it down here. Just not so much humidity. That's basically it. Enjoy your cigar and it doesn't fall apart on you. All the cigar smokers know when you have too much humidity, it can kind of ruin things for your cigar. So yeah, that's how we get it down here.
I dig it. Little John, I know you're an avid outdoors football type person, probably like camping and stuff. Do you have a fall drink?
To be honest, my go-to mixer is just either a bourbon or a whiskey with ginger ale or a good solid ginger beer. I typically don't branch out too much. I know what I like. I kind of stick to that no matter what time of year. It could be 110 degrees outside and I can drink a pour neat. Or it could be 30 below zero and I'm going to throw an ice cube in my mixed drink. I think the only time I really kind of branch out is trying different restaurants spin on an old fashioned. So if they have a seasonal old fashioned, if the recipe sounds good, I'm like, I'll give that a go. But that's about the only thing that I'll try, throughout the seasons.
I had a fantastic Michter's old fashioned the other day, and I was like, I would have never thought about putting Michter's in it, and I will tell you that it was fantastic. It was really, really, really good. The probably what I liked best about it was just I don't know if it was, I couldn't tell you if it was the rye cast or if it was just a standard bourbon Michter's. I'm sure it was their lowest level of either of whatever it might have been, but it had a nice cut through it, so you had that nice alcohol warmth, but you could taste all the citrus and the smoke that you wanted to get from the traditional old fashioned. It was fantastic. I'll send you the address to where it's at, because you do live locally, and it was local. So
what bitters they used?
I don't know what bitters they used. I didn't ask. The only thing I asked was, may I have another?
Good choice.
So
That's the best question to ask.
yeah, or the best way to answer too would be a yes, a follow-up yes, you can. All right, so yes. So Mal, over there in England, where you guys are now celebrating fall, I'm sorry, autumn. I apologize for all of us.
Either or. It's all
of us English speakers over here. We call it fall, but anyhow, you guys, what is like your go-to? Do you have one? Do you have something that makes you feel comfortable? Like fall is here, autumn is here type of drink? Because you guys don't have the trees we have. So what's your real recommend? Like you see gray, a little bit of dash of rain, gray. It's hot for a little while, gray.
Yeah.
It's cold as balls, but still gray. And then gray, and then you're back to spring for a day or two, and then back to gray. So what do you guys like? How do you know?
That's not necessarily true. Through the winter, hopefully around about the Christmas time, we might see a flash of white. It's usually grey. But we might see a flash of white.
Ah, okay.
So I just want to correct you there.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you.
going to say there's nothing traditionally that says fall/autumn as far as the British goes. For me personally, being a bourbon drinker, being a whiskey drinker, same as Jonathan, really doesn't really change. To be honest with you, when it gets a bit colder, something a bit higher rye, or indeed a rye, or various ryes, but it doesn't really change for me, to be completely honest with you. I can drink the same thing in the height of summer, which is still colder than Billy's autumn and winter, or the height of winter, or the lowness of winter. It really doesn't matter for me personally.
So just a side note question, just because I want to know, inquisitive minds, do you guys like, not so much you, but we were together and we seemed like a European resort, and there was a lot of Speedo wearing and some toplessness going on and this, that, and whatever. So my question is, since your summertime is not much warmer than Billy's wintertime, all right, why is everybody wearing Speedos? And do you guys wear the skimpy bathing suits over there as well? Or is it just when you come to the Caribbean?
It's just when we find the weather.
Oh, okay.
The weather doesn't find us.
All of me is going to be out. That's what you guys are thinking, right?
Absolutely.
There's the sun. Yeah. It's going to touch all of this body today.
But not only that, they don't have the same afflictions that me and Mark have, so they can get away with wearing the Speedos. I do that kind of thing, and I go to jail, and Billy, put you on. It just doesn't work well for me.
Billy, I'll just say I'm a board shorts kind of guy, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the banana. Not a big fan of the banana hammock, but
so I got a question. I got a tie-in question for Mal, because right now, this time of year in America, they're putting pumpkin everything out. Pumpkin beer, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin this.
We do suffer with that as well. Yeah.
Do you guys have pumpkins?
Somebody in one of the groups mentioned that in Europe it wasn't as big.
Everybody's got it.
Sorry, Jeff. What was that, man?
was going to say somebody in one of the groups had mentioned that over in Europe it wasn't as big of a deal, but they do pumpkin everything, at least in England.
It's not as big of a deal,
Okay.
but yes, we do see that. We sort of in the run up to essentially in the run up to Halloween.
Do they actually call it pumpkin, or do they call it fall spices? Because technically the pumpkin everything isn't actually pumpkin. It's all the spices that are associated with pumpkin pies.
It's pumpkin. Yeah.
Okay.
It's because it's your traditional Hallmark BS.
Don't talk negative about Hallmark. That's my shit right there.
I know.
He's got the Hallmark channel on over there in the corner.
I don't have it over in the corner, but when it comes like Christmas in July, and then I have their schedule, and at the end of October is when they start playing all their Christmas shows. I am absolutely watching that full feed all day long.
When I say that, I mean the Hallmark cards. So your Halloweens, your Christmases, your Thanksgivings, and all that sort of stuff. That's what I mean by the Hallmark BS. So if the next holiday is Halloween, everything is orange and has a face on it. It looks like a pumpkin. It tastes like a pumpkin. It smells like a pumpkin. And then when Halloween's over with, the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then as you run up to Christmas, everything's covered in glitter and's got a tree poking out of it. It's that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I'm hearing that.
I know exactly what that means.
It's Hallmark seasonal, but Hallmark as in the cards, greeting cards.
I'm with you. So Melvin, welcome back to the show, man. What about you? You live here in Tennessee. We've had some experiences recently with some fall. Now it's starting to warm back up, but allegedly, Megan, the weather girl, Megan Thomas, super hot chick on Channel 2. Super hot. All right. But if you get the chance to, enough about her. Back to you. What with allegedly fall's coming back on Monday, Sunday. So, is there a drink that you prefer that reminds you of fall, that brings you into the fall spirit or whatever?
I could tell you, for me, I'm gonna probably focus more on my go-to. I'm gonna say proof drinks. Always usually hover around probably the 90 to about 110 proof. Typically, you're going above that. I struggle with that some during the summertime, but I'll tell you, during the winter, we actually went this past weekend and stayed at an old resort that had a creek running out in front of it, and we sat out Saturday night and almost killed a bottle of bourbon. But I'm gonna say this: for me, wintertime outdoors, I love a higher proof bourbon that has a little bit of heat to it. Typically, but what I found is sometimes, like during the summertime and things like that, it just don't sit well with me. I'm typically your lower proof, maybe your 190 to 110, and I kind of stay in that range. So for me, it's probably going to be more proof driven than probably a flavor driven.
Nice. I dig it. Annie, it's already cold there where you were at, right?
I'm sorry. Give me one quick second. Hey, Lil John, was that a bottle of Buffalo Trace you just killed?
Yeah, polished off the handle of it.
Just a heads up here, I think Buffalo Trace is just about allocated. The wife was at the liquor store, Total Wines and Spirits, and they were only giving one bottle per customer, and there was only 2 left on the shelf. Just a heads up.
Hey, Billy, when I was in Destin, was that last month? The Buffalo Trace was in Total Wine's cabinet. It was in the cabinet next to a $600 bottle of scotch.
Yeah,
that's in Destin, Florida.
Right. So we can get back on topic here, Annie. Let's get back to you.
So I live in Minnesota, and so we have summer and winter, and fall and spring are just like a blink of the eye, and they are my favorite seasons, fall and spring, but they last not very long. So I have summer drinks and I have winter drinks. So today it was like almost 90 degrees here in Minnesota, despite it being fall. Wow. Yeah, it sucked. I hated it. Because I'm ready for it to cool down. But yeah, in the wintertime, I like rye spices. I like something a little heavier. I love a good cocktail in the wintertime, something just like warm from the inside out. And like, I don't drink soda rarely ever. But in the wintertime, like I love, so at Christmas time, Coca-Cola comes out with a cinnamon cola. And so I love a cinnamon cola and a bullet bourbon cocktail.
I've never seen that. That sounds great.
I know people either say it sounds great or atrocious, but I'm like, give me a fucking bourbon cinnamon cola.
It's like
there's so much stuff like that just
Coca-Cola.
doesn't. Yeah, just so much stuff like that just doesn't make it to the UK at all, and it's a damn shame.
It's kind of a weird thing. And then we have like weird Minnesota cocktails that we have in the wintertime, like Tom and Jerry's. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or had one of those, but we'll wait till winter and I'll make one and I'll tell you all about it. But
cool dealio. All right, Rob, what about there in the Pennsylvania or even Ohio or the other various places you travel to?
Yeah, I think you saw last week. I already started my fall drinks. Doing some apple cider old fashions here at the house. Some great orange bitters, Luxardo cherries, and whatever bourbon I felt like taking off the shelf. I don't even remember what I used last week. But I look forward to, I'll be cracking back into my Maker's Mark private selections, the Grandma's Toddy, which is nice, spicy, the bread pudding, which kind of has that, fall, winter, early spring feel to it. And my favorite cocktail bar over there in Ohio put on their fall old fashioned back on. They use the Knob Creek smoked maple. And they make a smoked maple old fashioned with a nice big old piece of crispy bacon as the stir stick. Oh my. It is exactly, Mal. It is freaking delicious. And I'm actually trying something that I want to try this year. I saw somebody doing bacon washed bourbon, and I may try that with some of my less expensive bourbons. Probably may actually be a Buffalo Trace because I do have 4 bottles on the shelf. So really taking clarified bacon fat, warming it up, dumping the bourbon into it, letting the bourbon cool with the bacon fat on top, and then straining it out to get that, impart the bourbon with that bacon flavor, and then try some other cocktails with that here at home. I think that could be a fun thing for the fall season here.
I dig it. All right, so let's go to Marky Mark. It's hot as everything, obviously, there all the time. I think it cools down to a rough 80 degrees in the winter time, but in the fall, autumn time, tell me what is there anything that welcomes you into fall? Like you're going, man, that's my fall drink.
You know what? Honestly, I probably sip more rye during the fall. I'm sipping the rye right now. And the winter, so we don't really have 4 seasons in this part of Arizona. We have essentially 2. Hot as fuck, and then
a little bit hot.
And then and then we'll get, like Billy, we'll get about a week of cold maybe. And that cold would be, at night, it'll drop into the 40s. But I'm probably higher proof and definitely more rise. So yeah.
Yep, I'm with you. Chuck, it's cold there at least. So
it's getting chilly right now, and it's about that time for breaking out the Elijah Craig toasted barrel.
There you go. Thank you for playing along. I appreciate that.
Let's go with what you had mentioned, the Midwinter Night's Dram. That's always a good one. It's got that Christmassy, those Christmas spices, that I think it has anyway.
I think it opens up more next to the fire too. I really do.
Do you?
I do. I don't know why it is. I just really do think that.
And then another thing that I really enjoy is apple cider mixed with, it's basically 4 ounces of apple cider, 2 ounces of baby sass.
You do it. I do it with rum. I do it with rum. But
okay.
I'm with you.
Or you could put whatever floats your boat in there, and
a cinnamon stick.
Yes, half a lime squeezed, mixed together with large ice cubes, and then give it a nice stir. and you're good to go.
I dig it. Billy, what about you, man, in Miami? Did we already go to you?
We did. Yes.
Okay, I apologize. Then we'll go to Jack Frost, the last one then.
Oh, saving the best for last. Here we go. So
back to mute. Hold on a second.
I'm so scared.
Again, I'm not one of
He's
those.
Gonna go. I truly like Trulies.
Oh, the Wildberry Trulies, place in my heart. There's a couple of mules.
Heart hands.
There's a couple of mules out there that I'll do, kind of like a pineapple Moscow mule, but I'll sub out for the whiskey instead of vodka. Or we have one here. It's called a Rocky Mountain mule, which is basically kind of the same thing. It's some just whiskey, ginger beer, pineapple juice, and actually a muddled slice of orange in it as well. And that's kind of really refreshing. As far as, I might as well start it now. It is literally 53 degrees and overcast. Well, it's daylight standard time, so it's dark now, but it's 53 degrees right now. So it's chilly. We got snow in the high country. One of the roads.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have a road called Trail Ridge Road. It kind of connects the eastern slope and the western slope. And it is closed because of like 10-foot snow drifts that they're clearing out. So yeah, that's basically kind of it. So
dig it. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate it.
So he wasn't the last, Jody.
Who's left? I thought you went just a few minutes ago.
No.
Could have sworn you did.
No, he asked a question. He didn't get to go.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Jeff, go ahead.
And this is what I get for, being.
Dude, there's 10 of us tonight. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep up with the bar table. All right.
He wasn't here.
If I had it,
I'd say my go-to fall cocktail is the old fashioned, but it's also my go-to spring, summer, and winter cocktail. I will have to say that I'm interested in. I need to go make another bottle of Rock and Rye. So I picked up an old fashioned in Boston North End that uses that and a bunch of cloves and anise and black pepper and a couple other things in the simple syrup to mix with it. It's really good. The other thing that I've got to try more of that because it's not a big thing down here in the South, and so we got it when we were in Philadelphia over Christmas, was mulled wine. That I'd heard of it, never had it until we had it at just this little outdoor festival, and you get mulled wine and walk around, and that was amazing.
That's a Christmas thing over here, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same in Minnesota. You make that when you're decorating the Christmas tree.
That's probably the closest
bourbon.
thing that I would get to a traditional winter drink.
Sit on the couch and watch the kids, decorate the tree.
It's like winter sangria, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way. I knew that's perfect. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
We drink Stag Junior. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's the exact same thing
Like
here.
that?
Yeah, like that. Just depends on which batch it is, but yes. All right. Well,
the
guys,
batch I could get.
Are you done?
Okay.
No, Jody, you mean, is you done or is you famous?
Dude, I thought about you guys today. I had a student I was talking to, and he said, he goes, my man, Dr. L. And I was like, oh my God, you'd fit in with my career. Like,
my man.
That's what he said. He goes, as soon as he got on the phone with me, he was like, my man, Dr. L. I've been waiting to talk to you all day. I'm like, I can't say that I feel the same, but that's awesome. What would you like to talk about today? So, but anyway, thought about you guys, and you know who you guys are.
David.
Hey, Jody, I do have one little announcement. My wife and her friend have finally produced 2 episodes of their new podcast.
Well, introduce her. Say it. Talk about
It's
it.
the
Yeah.
6 Degrees of Edgar Allan Poe. You can find it on Spotify and other podcasting platforms.
And
Nice.
your wife is a fellow doctor, so I'll be following that because we support each other. So anyway, guys, always a good time. I'm glad we got through talking about our fall, autumn drinks and what we're looking forward to, and those expressions that open it up the fall for us. See, I would have thought it would just been football, but hey, to each his own. But with that being said, guys, that was from Mal.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
The guy got it right. Be good to yourself.
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony! Fuck you, Tony!